Hi everybody, this is AJ with GetInspected. Right now we're in Scarborough, outside of Toronto. We're looking at this 1997 Chevrolet 3500 school bus, as you can see. It's got 85,000 kilometers on it. All in all, it seems like it's in decent shape. It's been a school bus for a long time, so it has its share of fleet use type issues, but nothing too major. It's got a good sized dent in the back here. It's on the passenger side. It's kind of hard to see in the video and in the, but you can see how this is dented in right here. A couple scrapes along the side. Most of it is pretty solid, doesn't look too rusty. A couple of bumps and scrapes here and there. A little bit of rust just starting there. We go around back. Everything looks pretty good. All the lights are intact, nothing's broken. All looks pretty decent. The bumper on the passenger side is also a little dented, but again, nothing too major. There's a little bit of rust starting on this side as well, around that bumper trim there. Some rust present around this stop sign mechanism, as you can see there. We open the driver's side door, we do see some rust starting in the footwell. I don't see any holes or anything, but it is starting to rust, a bit rusty there. Looks like it's gotten some damage over the years in this rocker panel as well. Again, it doesn't look like there's holes through it or anything like that, but it is a bit beat up and a little bit of rust started. Bottom of the door doesn't seem too bad. That goo you see is rust proofing, so somebody's been taking care of it. There's also a little rust around here. You see some clear coat is peeling off around here. And other little tiny dings and bruises around it. Grill's a little pitted, not pitted, just worn. There's a Vin Verification. I know it's hard to see, but it is there. It looks good. And we do have verification of the mileage. 85,488. We'll take a look at brakes, tires, things like that. Starting the driver's side front, we have tires from 2012. It's got about, I think, 930 seconds of tread, 830 seconds of tread. But as you can see, it is pretty dry rotten. So I would suggest new tires. It's hard to see, you're not going to be able to see in the video. It does have disc brakes in front. And from what I can see, it looks like there is about 50% of brakes left on the front. No major rust issues in the wheel wells or anything like that. Suspension components, again, a little surface rusty, but I don't see any major issues. Everything looks to be as it should. There is a bit of a leak on this left front side, possibly the steering box, power steering pump have been a little leaky. But no major damage or anything like that. All looks complete. This tire on the passenger front is a little beat up as well. It does have a 2014 date, I believe, I found. Where is it? I think it was 2014. I was in the inside of this one. 2014 date. A little less treads, but it is, again, nice and dry rotten. So again, I think all the tires, even though they have tread left, feel like they should be replaced pretty soon. And the sidewall is rubbed by the curb on this one as well. So a little bit of rust separation. The bottom of this door, as you can see, while we're here. Frame has surface rust, but the rest of it is pretty good. No major issues. All the body mounts, things like that, I climbed under and it all seemed pretty nice. No major issues here. So body mounts. Exhaust looks decent. No leaks from the rear or anything like that. It looks pretty decent. To the rear tires are, I think, a little newer. This one's a 2014. And it had about 10-30 seconds of tread. These treads look pretty good. Not too dry rotten or anything like that. So these rears do look pretty good. There's drum brakes in the back. So I cannot tell you how much is left. But again, body mounts, etc., all look pretty decent under here. There's a little bit of rust along that edge at the bottom. And this last tire is the same story as the other side, 2015. So it is a bit newer and looks to be in pretty good shape. I think it's about 10-30 seconds as well. And no major issues under here either. Take a look through the interior. It's the door panel on the driver's side. Usual wear and tear, little duct tape. Seems like some kind of a hole under here that's been patched up. Like I said, there's a little bit of surface rust on all these things. It is rubber mats on the floor and they look like they're okay. No major issues or anything like that. Driver's side seat is decent, not ripped or torn or anything. It's pretty cushy, worn in well. There's the dashboard. A little bit of crack starting there, but for the most part, it's okay on this side. Once we get to there, we do see some cracks in that from the sun, and there from the sun as well. So there was a little bit of sun cracking going on. A couple of marks here and there. I did turn the heat on, and it seemed to work fine. I'm going to turn the AC on when we test drive it, make sure that works. Steering wheel seems good, no real wear and tear or anything like that. The door does function properly. As we see, just here, there's a little bit of rust going on in the footwells of these stairs. I'm going to show you. In there, and the edges there, looks like it's been kind of patched up a little. Again, it seems pretty solid, but it does need some attention if you don't want it to go any further. All around the bottom edges is some rust forming. It's generally from feet. A little bit of holes and stuff, a little bit there. The rest of the floors look good though. I don't feel any rust, any issues like that anywhere else. All these seats look really good actually. I don't think they're of concern, but they are all there and all complete. I believe looking to make a camper out of this particular bus. For the most part, the rear area looks pretty good. Not too rusty in the emergency door or anything like that. All looks pretty decent. Come around here. First aid kit's in place. Fill the first aid. There's a little storage compartment here. It's be in good shape, no issues. So all the aluminum, everything looks pretty good. All the additional pieces that have been added to it. And close up the door. Doesn't seem to, it didn't close the block when I closed the door. So we'll have to make sure that's okay. Pop the hood. Take a look under the hood. If I just take this and close it. There we go, and it closed up when I pushed it. Might be operator error, I'm not quite up on school bus operating. Sorry about that. Here we are to the hood. It is a van nose, so the engine is way in there. But from what I can see, I don't see any major issues. It looks like valve cover gaskets, things like that are okay. Belts look pretty good. I don't see major cracking or real issues. I don't see any signs of accident, collision, major rust under here. Like I said, it has been oil sprayed, so it is pretty wet with that. I tested your brake fluid. It was, I think, 2% humidity, so it's okay for now. No major issues. I did test everything's right here. Looked at your trans fluid, looks nice and clean, red, not dirty or any issues like that. Engine oil, we tested that, we got a green light, so we look pretty good there. We look in here, we don't see any frothing or milky issues, anything like that. Tested your coolant, which is in this jar here. It was a bit dirty. It was good at -43, but again, it was fairly dirty, so a flush may be in order. Battery was good. It was sitting at 12.4, I believe, and charging at just under 15. So the alternator, all that stuff works well. No major issues. We're about to take it on a test drive. We're just missing the hood light here. So a little holding the windshield wiper together. A couple little things like that. I did look at all the windows, by the way. They all look pretty original. They're all same shade of solar rays. It's been well greased, everything like that. Overall, it's a little beat up. It seems to run smooth. I did run the computer. I got the OBD came back with no codes present and nothing has been recently erased. I could not read the factory software. For some reason it would not communicate, but there are no lights on the dash or anything like that. So, as usual, thanks for watching. Here is this 1997 school bus of the Chevrolet variety. This is AJ. As usual, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. This is Car Inspected.